Hello, lovely viewers. Today is another episode of the Brochure Show. I hope you are keeping safe. I keep on reminding you that there is vaccine, but we still have to observe to all the safety protocols. Don't forget to use your nose mask. Today I have a guest in my midst. But before I introduce my guest, if you are new to the channel, kindly subscribe. Click on the bell for all notifications. Don't forget to leave your comment at the comment section. You can ask questions and I'll be glad to answer your questions. As you all know, my name is Beatrice Lamy and I have a guest here who is
Assistant Division Officer 1 Michael Tete from Ghana National Fire Service.
Ghana National Service. Today we are going to talk about fire safety. That is our topic for today. Let's get deeper into today's episode. Mr. Michael, welcome to the Brochure Show.
Thank you very much.
You know the reason why you are here?
Yes, I do.
Exactly. So we are coming to talk about fire safety. I'm scared of fire. I'm not the only one. Everybody is scared of fire. Don't you think so?
No, I don't think so. It's not everyone.
It's not everyone who is scared of
It's
fire.
not everyone.
Okay, so if fire should happen right here, where will you pass? Will you run?
I will not run.
What will you do?
I have to look for an exit and then, or look for an extinguisher to fight that fire before I can move out.
Oh, really?
Yes.
At the moment that you've seen fire, you'll be looking for extinguisher.
Extinguisher.
Do you think everybody will be looking for extinguisher as soon as they see fire? Because it puts fear, panic. If I should see fire right now, okay, I'll be looking for exits. I'll be looking for a way to run out.
That is it.
That is what everybody knows. Is that not it?
Yes.
So that's why you are here today, to talk to us, educate us on fire safety.
Okay.
It's a pleasure having you on my show.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, so fire service, what do they do? I don't know what they do. Tell me what they do.
Oh, fire service. What the public know is that we only fight fire.
Okay.
But that is not the only thing that we do.
Alright.
We also effect rescue. In case of accident, we are the first point of call.
Okay.
And then we also give public education to the institution and anyone who need our service.
Oh, okay. So you don't just fight fire.
No, please, we don't just fight fire.
Okay. Viewers, over to you. From his own mouth, he said the fire service, they don't just fight fire. So he has given what additional service that they render to the public. Fire. What is fire? The word fire. What is it?
Oh, fire is simply the process of burning,
Okay.
which involves fuel, heat, and then oxygen. Now, when we talk of fuel, we are not looking at the petrol, the diesel, the kerosene. But when we say fuel in fire service, anything that burns or any combustible is termed as fuel, like the building in which we are, the chairs, the tables, even we the human beings, we are termed as fuel because we burn.
Yeah.
Now, when we say heat, we are looking at the high temperature of the situation. And then when we say oxygen, we all know we are looking at air. Now, when these three things come together in their right proportion, then fire will occur. So in simply put, fire is just the addition of oxygen, heat, and then fuel, whereby you get the byproduct of flame.
Okay. So there are things that ignite fire.
Yes.
There are things that ignite fire.
There are things.
Okay. Okay. So then what actually causes fire? What causes fire? I want to know. And I'm sure my viewers also want to know.
Oh, a lot of things cause fire. And let me see, we have, in general, there are 4 things
Okay.
that we do that can cause fire. One is our carelessness.
Okay.
Our own carelessness can cause fire. 2 is also ignorance. Our ignorance can cause fire. 3, we are looking at accident. When I say accident, I'm looking at the volcano eruption. That one, it's something that we cannot control.
Do you know what? Before you proceed, you use a bit of technical and then you make it very simple for my people to understand. When you use a word that is technical, please try to break it down so that they will have the knowledge. Yeah, the reason why they should.
So when I say combustible,
Okay.
combustible is simply anything that burn or burning.
Okay.
Burning.
Okay.
So when I say combustible materials, we are looking at things that can burn.
Okay. Okay.
That is one aspect. And then when we talk of the accident, that is the cause of fire, we are looking at the volcano eruption, earthquakes. These are natural causes.
Yeah.
Yes, with the arson, it's a criminal offense which, if you are caught, depending upon the gravity of the offense, if there is a life lost, then you will not go less than 50 years imprisonment, or you pay a fine of 50,000 penalty unit. If there is no life lost, then you will go not less than 30 years, but you still pay the fine of 50,000 penalty unit. Now, out of these 4, we have 2 major ones that most of the times happens both in our homes and in our offices. That is 1, electrical cause of fire, and then the gaseous cause of fire. Now, when we look at the electrical cause, there are a lot that we do in our homes and our offices that really brings about the fire outbreak. 1 is overloading.
Okay.
Now, when we overload our socket, it causes fire. Now, in Ghana, we use 13-arm socket and 240 volts. When you multiply them, you are going to get 3,120 watts, which means to every socket in our homes or in our offices, they take 3,120. Now, imagine I have plugged in my refrigerator, rice cooker, and then microwave. I have these 3 things probably giving me 3,500 watts. It means that I have overloaded the socket. Now, when that happens, when you overload the socket, what will happen is that there will be increase in resistance.
Okay.
Now, when there is increase in resistance, then overheating will take place. Then ignition. After ignition, then the fire will occur. Now, someone will say that, but I use extension board. Yes, you use extension board, but the extension board is connected to the main socket. Now, the extension board serves as something like an orange. When you divide the orange into parts, it is no more one whole. It means that the extension board is sharing the 3,120. That means if you still plug in these 3 things that I mentioned, you still overload the socket. That is where you see that the fuse in the extension board will blow. Now, another one is also short circuiting. Now, the circuit is the part in which the current flow. Now, if the current looks for other alternative aside the actual path it's supposed to take, we term that as short circuiting, and that can also cause fire. Illegal connection is also a major thing that we do a lot, And these are some of the things.
We do a lot.
Yes, we do. A majority of Ghanaians, let me see, illegal connection.
Other people are watching. Other countries are watching. And you are saying my country is doing illegal connection.
It is not only our country per se, but
Uh-huh.
generally.
Okay, so is it Africa or generally?
It's
I
general.
want
It's general.
Exactly.
It's general.
Okay.
And the other one is our LPG. Now, in our homes, how do we use it? How do we put our LPG on? That is the gas that we use. Now, the gas that we use at home, naturally, it is odorless, but there has been some additives, that is propane and butane.
That's right. Okay.
That gives odor to the gas, so that in case of leakage, you can smell that there is a gas leakage. Now, in our homes or in our offices, when we want to put on the gas and cook, we first turn on the cylinder valve, go to the burner, light our match, and then we start cooking. But sometimes after cooking, what we do is we rather turn off the burner before we go to the cylinder. But the right thing is that you are supposed to turn off the cylinder valve, for the gas in the tube will move out before you turn off the regulator valve on the burner.
Can you repeat that again? Viewers, please kindly take note of that. Can you repeat that part again?
Yes, I'm saying that if you're about to cook, you first turn on the cylinder valve, then you light your match and then turn on the regulator valve on the burner. After finish cooking, you have to go back to the cylinder valve, turn it off, for the gas in the leakage of the gas in the tube should move out before you turn off the regulator valve on the burner. But in our homes, what do? We go to the burner, turn it off before we go to the cylinder. Even sometimes we don't even turn the cylinder off. Now, when you do that, the gases are stuck in the tube. So the next time you turn it on, you see that it comes out with force when you strike your match. That is why we advise that you turn off the cylinder valve first before you go to the burner. Sometimes if there is leakage as well, what do? We go in for stones and then we place it on the cylinders, which is very, very dangerous. Which is very, very dangerous.
It's very dangerous. But we are preventing it from leaking out.
Yes, you are preventing it, but it is not safe.
Is anybody practicing that at home? Please, I'm begging you. Today is here to let us know that it's not safe. Let's do the right thing. Please, educate us for us to do the right thing.
Yes. Now, when you are going to buy your gas, you are going to fill your cylinder. Most of the times we tell the vendor it should be full to the brim, which is also very dangerous. What we do is that you are supposed to fill the cylinder 2/3 of it, so that there will be flow of.
Mr. Michael, I'm not catching you, but I wouldn't go and fill the full, and then you tell me I'll fill my cylinder and you tell me that it shouldn't be full. Why?
Yes, when you do that, if it is full, you don't allow the molecules to move, and that will cause expansion of the cylinder. And we know after expansion what will happen? Explosion.
Yeah.
And this can also cause fire. So you are supposed to leave space for the flow of the molecules in the gas to move. And at the right end, what we are supposed to do is that the cylinder should sit in our boot, but because it cannot sit, we allow it to lie.
Yeah.
That is why you are supposed to leave space for them to move whilst you are driving. And that is also one aspect that we have to look at. So these are some of the things that we do in terms of gas leakage.
So, Mr. Michael, there's a question I really want to ask you. You can see water right there.
Yes, please.
Is that not it?
Yes.
There's water. We can use water to quench fire. Is that not it?
Yes.
But this is the question I want to ask you. Apart from extinguishers, is there any other way we can kill fire?
Yes, we can use fire blankets,
Okay.
fireballs, and then we can also use sand to extinguish fires. But that one, when it starts at its initial stage, that is when we apply these methods.
Initial stage.
Yes, initial
Okay.
stage.
Okay.
Now, with extinguishers, we have ways by which we can extinguish the fire. That is 3 ways. One, starvation. When we say starvation, we are just taking out the fuel from the 3 elements I mentioned earlier on. That is the fuel, heat, and oxygen.
Yes.
So one method to extinguish fire is starvation. You are taking out the fuel content. 2 is cooling. Cooling is by taking out the heat content. And then the last one is smothering or blanketing. It's just preventing oxygen from entering into the 3 components. When you apply any of these 3, the fire will go off.
The fire will
Will
go
go off when you apply
automatically.
any of these 3.
Viewers, over to you. Mr. Michael, can you repeat that part again?
We are saying that with eliminating fire, you can use 3 methods.
Yeah.
1 is cooling, 2 is starvation, 3 is smothering or blanketing. Now, with the cooling, you are eliminating the product of heat. Starvation, you are taking out the fuel content. And then the last one, which is the smothering or blanketing, it means that you are preventing oxygen, or you are cutting the supply of oxygen into the 3 elements. Now, when you do any of these 3, the fire will go off.
The fire will automatically
Go
off. Okay, in that case, I want you to demonstrate to me how we use a fire extinguishers. I have one here for you. I've really prepared. It's
Oh, okay.
beside you.
Now, we have what we call PASS,
Okay.
an acronym called PASS, P-A-S-S. Now, with the PASS, the first P, if there is any fire outbreak that you see initially, the P stands for pick the extinguisher.
Okay.
When you pick the extinguisher, you remove the pin. That's the pin.
Okay.
You remove the pin. Immediately you move the pin, the rubber seal will break. Now, when it breaks, the A means you aim at the base of the fire. Probably, let's take it that it is this carpet that is burning. Now, you aim at the base of the fire, not the top. When you use the top, you rather add more oxygen, so it will continue to burn. So you aim at the base of the fire, and then the first S is to squeeze or strike the trigger. This is the trigger of the extinguisher. So when you strike, then you sweep. That is the last S. You sweep. When you do this, the fire will go off. But we use the extinguisher at its initial stage when you see the fire. Not that when the fire has escalated, then you go in for your extinguisher.
Oh, okay.
So this is
Okay.
how we use
Okay.
the extinguisher.
So we use it at the initial
Initial
stage
stage.
for the extinguisher,
Yes.
not when the fire has.
Has escalated.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Pass. Is that not?
Yes.
Pass.
P-A-S-S.
So pass. He has demonstrated pass to us how to use the extinguishers, and we are to use it at the initial stage when you see the fire, not when the fire has escalated. Please take note of that. Mr. Michael,
Yes.
thank you for this demonstration. On that note, I believe we have types of extinguishers.
Yes, we do.
Good. So what are the types of extinguishers? I don't think we use, it's not all the extinguishers that we use to quench the fire. Oh,
No.
okay. So take me through.
Now we have 5 types of extinguishers.
Okay.
And the name of the extinguisher depends upon the extinguishing medium. So let's take it that this extinguisher contains water. It means that this extinguisher will be called water fire extinguisher.
Oh, okay.
If
Okay.
it contains carbon dioxide, it is carbon dioxide fire extinguisher. If it's helium, then we call it helium fire extinguisher. If it is foam, then it is foam fire extinguisher. And then dry powder, it is dry powder fire extinguisher. All these extinguishers come with their colors.
Okay.
Or you see all this red, but initially they all come with their colors. If the entire thing is red, then it is water. If it is blue, it is dry chemical powder. If it is cream, it means it contains foam. If it is green, it contains helium. If it is black, then it is carbon dioxide. But now they have given all to be red, but they still have their color codes. When you look at this one, which is the dry chemical powder, you can see that it has its color code, the blue, there. So if you see the one with the black, then it is carbon dioxide. But now, because of our tender, which contains both water and foam, the ones in the system is the dry powder and then carbon dioxide, because the two can serve the purpose of the others.
Okay, Mr. Michael. So what are the emergency procedures for fire?
Now, in case we are at home and there is a fire outbreak, what we can do is to shout, that is to alert or alarm the people around that there is a fire outbreak. When we do that, we have to evacuate from wherever we are. When I say evacuate, it means you are leaving the place where you are, that is where the fire is, out to a safety place. And if you have access to an extinguisher in your home, you can use that to extinguish the fire, whilst others or other persons call fire service to alert them so that they come and assist. In our offices,
yes,
we have what we call sounders and fire alarms and then call points. Now, when you are in a particular block in your office and you see danger, what you are supposed to do is to press the call point. You see that it's a red thing that is on the wall, which has 2 arrows and a small black dot in the middle.
Yeah.
Just put your thumb, press it. Now, when you press it, it will trigger for the sound it will sound for others to be aware that there is an emergency, so that each and every one will evacuate. Now, please, if you are in a story building, let's say Fitless 400, 2, 3, please, when in such incidents, do not use the lift. Use stairs. Lifts are not exits.
Okay.
In case of emergency, use the stairs. So these are some of the emergency procedures that you can use both in our offices and in our homes.
We shouldn't use the lift.
Yes, you shouldn't use the lift.
Why?
Now, because it is electronic, it will definitely go off and you might get stuck in the lift. So we always advise and say that in case of emergency, use the stairs.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Michael. I say God bless you.
Thank you too, and God bless you too.
Actually draw my attention on something. We have CO2, we have dry powder. I believe a lot of people know this too.
Yeah.
The dry powder and then the CO2, which is the carbon. Okay. So then why do you color the entire extinguishers red?
Yes, because red is visible. That is why we have make it red for visibility, but they still have their color codes there. If not written here, you see it on the handle.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So if it is not here, it will be here. Because it is not here, that is why you have it here as blue. But if it is not here, it will be here as blue. So when you see it, you know that this is a dry powder fire extinguisher. The same will apply to carbon dioxide. Either here will be black or it will be down here.
Okay. So such extinguishers, that's one, for instance, can you put it in your vehicle?
Yes, you can put this one in your vehicle, depending on the size of your vehicle. We have different size. We have 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg, and the rest. But most of the times, if we are using the van, then you can use the 6 kg
Okay. Okay.
for your vans and buses. But in our normal saloon cars, we can use the 2 kg.
Okay. That is the small one,
Yes.
right? Okay. Viewers, Mr. Michael has imparted a lot of knowledge today. We are talking about fire safety. He had mentioned a lot of categories of extinguishers, what triggers a fire at our homes and then our workplace. I hope you've learned a lot. I've learned a lot today. I believe you've also learned a lot. Please, there's one thing that for me, it really hits me, which is we filling our extinguishers to the brim. We are filling it full, and even if it's leaking, we want to put stones on top. Let's put a stop to it. It will trigger fire in our homes. Please bear with us. That is why this man is here, to educate us on the right thing. So henceforth, starting from today, if you are practicing that at home, please put a stop to it. Your life is more important than any other thing. Mr. Michael, thank you so much for coming to the Brochure Show.
Thank you.
Your last words to my viewers. Last words, last education. Summarize everything for them.
Yes, what I want to tell them is that in case of fire, they shouldn't panic. They can just apply the method that we have just spoken about. And if they cannot, the only thing they can do is just to call Ghana National Fire Service. They will come and assist them, put the fire off free of charge.
Do they come early? When we call them, do they
We come early.
Are you sure?
Yes, we come very early.
Am I sure? The whole world is watching.
We come very early.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, so what is the digit? Tell us the digit.
Now you can reach us on 112
Okay.
or 192.
Okay. So as soon as I call you that there's fire.
Now with the 112, it is general. When you call, they will pick it. Immediately you say fire, they will just link it to fire service.
Okay.
Yes. And then we have other numbers that will go straight to our master control. That is 0302 760 110.
Kindly repeat that again.
0302 760 110.
As soon as we call.
Immediately you call, it will go to the master control, and then they'll dispatch whichever station that is closer to you.
Hello viewers, so soon we've come to the end of today's episode. We spoke about fire safety. Mr. Michael has been here. He has spoken a lot about fire safety, the types of extinguishers, then what is fire, all those things he has talked about on today's show. Please, let's know the right thing to do. Let's boycott the wrongdoing at our homes and then our offices as well. Before I go, I cannot leave without my sponsors. I say God bless them each and every day. They make sure they support the Brochure Show. My first thanks goes to Sheila Bonsu. This beautiful outfit is by Sheila Bonsu. You contact her on Instagram. and then she'll make a nice outfit for you to wear. And my second thanks goes to Mobile Laser. Mobile Laser. When you call on them on Instagram, they'll be able to come to your doorstep to whiten your teeth for you. Today my hair is hair clinic. They said bring your natural hair and let them treat it very well for you. That is my beautiful hair. And then Christy's makeover. I did my own makeup today because she's still having the class. I told you when you join that class, you'll be able to do your own makeup. Until then, don't forget to subscribe. Leave your comment at the comment section and like as well. The name is so simple, Beatrice Lavi. See you same time this and every Wednesday, 7 p.m. GMT. Bye.